Of course, the Justice League will pay for the damage.
Hello Internet. So there's very few things I get nostalgic about, especially as I get less sentimental in my old age. There's Attack of the Clones, Spoonie reviews, and the most hard-hitting of them all, Justice League Unlimited. But upon revisiting it, I didn't just get a warm, glowy feeling in my pants, but goddamn, there's actually a really nuanced story here that explores power and fear. It's like, holy fuck! Justice League Unlimited is about all of the most powerful people in a space watchtower overlooking the Earth with a giant space laser. They eat in cafeterias, are coordinated by the smartest people, and deploy the most powerful people too. It's an army of superheroes that's implicitly organized with the same characteristics and effort as an army. As a result, despite their good intentions, they've positioned themselves in a place that will potentially dissociate them from the very people they're supposed to serve. That is, until Amanda Waller arrives. In Justice League Season 2, the previous show, on a parallel Earth, a rogue Justice League, the Justice Lords, overtook the government after Lex became president and killed the Flash. Therefore in Justice League Unlimited, Cadmus is formed out of fear, leveraging information, military ties, and a big fat budget to combat and compromise the League. However, the irony is that from this provocation, the League becomes more aggressive and actually hubris.
You don't act like heroes anymore.
He's right.
They set you up, Clark.
Does it really make a difference? They.
While Lex is able to take advantage and be on his way to also become president, it seems like this whole universe will suffer the same destiny.
We would never fight the government.
Not even if Luthor was the government?
By the way, I love how in all of this, Batman for once isn't the fucking dude who's conspiring against the League. He's their general and main representative and has lines like,
"Mine are bigger than yours."
It is beyond refreshing and feels actually way more characteristically honest. You don't need to make Batman cool by having him put down the League. He's cool because he's one of the League. He's a god amongst gods and deeply believes in what they stand for, sincerely.
You have to know that the Justice League would never have fired that weapon at you.
Anyways, the big twist is that Lex didn't want to be president. He just wanted to fuck with Superman.
Fake presidential campaign. All just to tick Superman off.
Furthermore, when it seemed like Flash died to stop him and Clark is given the opportunity, he actually doesn't kill him.
I'm not the man who killed President Luthor. Right now, I wish to heaven that I were, but I'm not.
So after everything is resolved, he saw how close he was and how fallible he is. He and the League decides to pack it up as a means of taking responsibility and not creating a culture of fear, shocking the public.
We're guilty of the sin of hubris. We had the best of intentions, to be Earth's guardians, to keep you safe, but we failed you. We looked down on the world from our tower in the sky and let our power and responsibilities separate us from the very people we were supposed to protect. No one should ever be afraid of us. For that reason, we're decommissioning the watchtower. The energy weapon up there is already gone. We're taking down the station as well. There's more. We want to thank the members of the Justice League for your courageous service. But in the future, you'll all have to act as independent agents. We're not going to be an army anymore. As of right now, we're disbanding the Justice League.
But then Green Arrow, the man with no powers, the pair of eyes that we saw the League through at the very start of the show, and the guy who actively didn't want to join so he can continue to fight for the little guy.
I'm an old lefty.
He steps up as the voice of the people, and he gets Superman to come back.
And the Justice League needs you, Superman.
As a result, it's the approval of the people that lifts Superman's cape. He looks at Lois, then at Batman, who smiles. So Superman steps up again, bursting with ideas, including an embassy to be closer with the people. To me, that is an incredibly beautiful way to climax with this whole theme. The idea of fear and power are unavoidably interconnected. But Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Shira, the Flash, Martian Manhunter, they were never interested in the accumulation of power. They were simply eager to help. They're inherently so innocent, so sincere in their intentions that when push comes to shove, they would rather surrender to the government.
You want me to what?
Turn yourself over into US custody, along with the rest of us.
Or go as far as disassemble their own self-created systems of power that looms over everyone. Justice League Unlimited, to me, is the crowning jewel of the DC animated universe, and possibly for DC as a whole, for the sole reason that it's able to capture a very specific, unapologetic, and absolutely unsuspicious side of superheroes, the sheer innocence and abstract optimism of them as a concept without absolutely compromising anything, because superheroes are inherently ridiculous, and that's what makes them great. As Grant Morrison once said, we live in the stories we tell ourselves. In a secular, scientific, rational culture lacking in any convincing spiritual leadership, superhero stories speak loudly and boldly to our greatest fears, deepest longings, and highest aspirations. They're not afraid to be hopeful, not embarrassed to be optimistic, and utterly fearless in the dark. They're about as far from social realism as you can get, but the best superhero stories deal directly with mythical elements of human experience. Grant Morrison argued that as a result, we should listen to them.
The pasta's good.
It's the sauce.
However, nowadays in the current zeitgeist, it's become quite expected to scrutinize this idealism and make it workable through a more pessimistic lens. Justice League Unlimited does deconstruct itself with modern questions of power, politics, and fear that the genre wasn't designed to answer back in the day, but instead of having their characters fall apart, invalidated, or even compromised, they survived and became even more endearing.
A head start. You're getting soft in your old age.
And it's all through a combination of the show's commitment and believing in its characters so straightforwardly that you immediately follow into its wavelength. And it's also its raw enthusiasm with presenting a world where the rules of the absurdity is mundane.
A hidden city of super intelligent talking gorillas with technology far beyond anything humans have created.
No, really.
You're the ghost from the Himalayas having trouble believing this?
Where instead of having the Whedonisms of characters stepping back and laughing at the corniness or the absurd,
Fantastic Four. Didn't you guys chart in the 60s?
it shrugs and runs with it without question and without any self-awareness, because the mundanity of this bricolage world is what makes precisely superhero world building unique. Justice League Unlimited is about the Justice League rebuilding itself after the war with the Thanagarians, which destroyed their watchtower, and as they restart their operation, they open their membership to pretty much every single superhero from the DC canon, from Booster Gold to the Crimson Avenger.
We can't be cowboys anymore. Or cowgirls.
As a result, the show is also very much a loving show and tell that absolutely excels in generating a welcoming and warm atmosphere, and to best understand those vibes, I think it's best to compare it with its closest cohort, Young Justice.
You're overwhelmed, Freeze was underwhelmed, why isn't anyone ever just whelmed?
Young Justice created a dramatic and comprehensive version of the DC universe through believable, intricate, and functional political details.
United Nations Secretary General Lex Luthor is using our UN Charter to place more and more restrictions on the League.
Justice League Unlimited kinda leans towards the opposite. Instead of the dramatic, it leans towards the playful, where the whole universe feels like a massive playground.
Dude, as soon as you finish your drink, turn yourself in.
One where saving the universe is a casual daily occurrence.
There was this, you wouldn't believe it. It almost... forget it.
And the show literally ends with Batman giving the villains a 5-minute head start.
5-minute head start.
5 minutes? Are you kidding?
Furthermore, often when an obscure character appears in Young Justice, like Icon, it's often because Greg Weisman and gang did their research when it came to finding someone relevant for the plot.
And Icon will act as our advocate, for it seems he is familiar with intergalactic trial law.
In JLU, it's because Bruce Timm and gang are just simply excited to give them attention, like The Question, Vigilante, Shining Knight. As a result, even if you don't know who anyone is, you can't help but to smile when they appear because the way they're drawn, written, and voiced are so specific that you know they're not bullshitting you. And it's that specificity that makes the water cooler moments between every single character, popular or not, so bloody infectiously charismatic.
Anyway, why are we always talking about my love life?
He can hear that, too.
I had no idea that the Girl Scouts were responsible for the crop circle phenomenon.
What's going on between you and Diana?
No. No dating for the Batman. It might cut into your brooding time.
Here's the deal, buddy. Tell me where those guys went and I promise to come see you in the hospital. We'll play darts.
Nothing. She's a respected colleague.
Because I like you.
I don't have time to pursue a relationship. My work is too important to allow any distractions.
I still say this Clint Eastwood dishonored himself when he refused to... What was it? Play by the rules?
Diana's a remarkable woman. She's a valued friend. She's...
So, what are you wearing?
standing right behind me, isn't she?
Blue overcoat, fedora.
You really stink at this.
Come on, Bruce. I know a burger place in Metropolis that has the best fries on the East Coast.
Sir Justin, if you want to be watching stuff on my big TV with the 5.1 surround sound, you had best watch what you say about Mr. Clint Eastwood.
And the milkshakes are so thick, I need your help.
That's pretty thick.
You have to eat them with a spoon. What am I doing in Africa?
The Trinity itself is especially a standout. I love how Superman is a sentimental idealist, but can be careless in his anger.
They came after us. We have to hit them back hard.
Batman is both an authoritative dude with a death glare, but he's also kind of awkward when it comes to being friends with his colleagues.
He's not the easiest person in the world to buy birthday presents for.
Wonder Woman is a charming romantic, but can hold a grudge really badly.
It's a chance for us to get reacquainted, patch things up.
Assuming we want to.
So everyone ends up balancing each other out. Clark has big dreams. Bruce, despite being a realist, believes in it.
But you don't have to worry about the Justice League. Trust me, you know me.
Yeah, I do.
Diana and Bruce have an attraction, because they're like the sexiest members.
You've got my number.
I think so.
Everyone feels genuine in the way that not only are they admirable in their abstract feats of strength, but also admirable in how they manage their own flaws as people. Consequently, this brings me back to the very fucking point of this video. Sometimes you just gotta take pride in the absurdity of the superhero genre and not lose sight of their purpose as idealistic fiction, even if it's bloody goofy. One of the functions of myths, as Joseph Campbell proposed, was to teach people how to live a model life despite circumstances, and to have a sense of awe. And upon revisiting JLU after decades, and more specifically after watching The Boys, the show really was a great, goofy reminder of this. Superheroes represent the best part of us, the ideal, optimized versions of ourselves, something to strive for. It doesn't matter if superheroes aren't believable, they're worth listening to because they speak about the best of us by displaying what that is, in the most impossible, the most purest, ridiculous, but also unembarrassed way.
You'd never see me at one of these museum openings.
Everything that exists has a specific nature.
It's not black tie, is it?
Each entity exists as something in particular and has characteristics that are part of what it is. A is A.
Those things you're afraid of will never happen here. I won't let them.
Quis custodia ipsos custodies.
Who guards the Guardians? We got it covered.
Oh, that girl, she's on top of the world. Her name is Edith. A number one. She's brighter than the sun. Her name is Edith. Show me your soul. Baby, I'll show you mine. Show me your soul. Honey, it's way past time. How expensive do I have to be? Need I spell it out before you get it, baby?
So that was my Justice League Unlimited video. I was gonna get a Thor video out today, which was about genre theory, but I didn't include Love and Thunder, but now it does, so now I have to delay the video later. And I was gonna get the Batman Telltale video out today, but then I realized, well, I just have a massive explosion of emotions towards Justice League Unlimited, a very nostalgic, potent feeling. So I just stopped writing, and this was the video I ended up making. I loved this show very much, so I hoped you enjoyed me rambling about it. Special thanks to everyone on Patreon, and I'll be back. I still can't make my 3 videos a week goal, man. This is impossible. God damn it!
Aha! As I suspected, 32 flavors.